Um, there's lots of questions that have come up from the audiences and from the students of our schools. I'm just going to read them because they've been collated. There were hundreds of questions, but we've collated what we thought sort of made up the essence of your questions. The first one, Your Holiness, is, Your Holiness, are you planning to reincarnate?
You see, from the Buddhist viewpoint, and not only Buddhist, the Indian sort of spiritual tradition, life after life, there. So, my own sort of daily prayer is, so long space remain and sentient beings suffering remain, I will remain in order to serve as much as I can. That's my daily prayer. And when I, you see, sort of face a little sort of disappointment or discourage, then I repeat, you see, these words. Really, very, very helpful to keep enthusiasm. So this very life, at least there is some sort of, some meaning there, some benefit to some people. So therefore, life after life, I want, the first Dalai Lama, when he become very old, his age, over 80 years, like me, and then some occasion he expressed, now I am too old. Then some of his disciples, he himself top scholar, good practitioner, and naturally his disciples, many of them top scholar. So some of them, you see, express, now you are ready to go to heaven or something like that. Then he responds, I have no desire to go heaven. Only desire is born where more suffering, more problem there, which I can serve something. So when I read, you see, his Kasada,
That part of his life story.
Life story, and I really used to feel some tear in eye, and I determined, I also used to follow that way. So whether born in India or some different place, I don't know.
Is truth a relative term? How do you interpret truth?
Truth.
Is truth a relative term?
Truth, I think, according to what's the different level, there are many different truths. So in any way, truth very much related with honesty. You talk honestly, then that means you talk truthfully. So I think, and then the higher or deeper about truth, then very complicated. I think over 3,000 years, you see, many masters, many scholars, as they try to describe ultimate truth. So then, you see, different views about truth. I think one thing I always say, share with people, the one truth, one religion, and several truth, several religions. In terms of individual, one truth, one religion is relevant, very good, in order to keep your single-pointed faith. But in the terms of humanity, in terms of group of people, then automatically we must accept several truth and several religions. So truth, then perhaps I think I want to to give you one surprise. According Buddhist philosophy, particularly Madhyamika philosophy, then the ultimate truth is nothingness.
Your Holiness, the next question. If you could meet any personality from world history, which one would it be?
Kasa.
Any personality from world history, which one?
What do you mean?
Which personality from world history would you like to meet? 3,000 years.
Oh, then as I consider a student, I myself consider as a student of Nagarjuna. So I very much want to meet Nagarjuna. Because you see, I study Nagarjuna's text, and not only study, daily basis, even my dream reflect, you see, some shlokas of his writing. Very, very helpful. So if living Nagarjuna come, then, well, certainly, I ask some certain points or certain sort of his writing clarification. You see, the one reason the Nagarjuna's theory is very much sort of similarity to today's quantum physics. According to the quantum physics, we see nothing objectively exists. So that's the meaning of nothingness. Nothingness totally, not totally, none. Not a nihilism. There is, but not as appears. Everything relative, like that.
Can I take the next question, which is, what inspired you to live life the way you're living it, or do you think it is a compulsion? What inspired you to live life the way you're living it, or do you think it is a compulsion?
Now, getting older, but more and more people showing me smile and really showing seriousness about, you see, some of my thought. Then I feel, oh, I must live. Oh, I must compete this lady. Oh. So, I think now nearly 81 years old, another 10 years, 91. Then you, about 100 years. So I'm sort of determined, according sort of certain sort of contribution to some people. I think I really determined I must live about 100 years.
Okay.
Like that.
Is there a man within you other than the Dalai Lama?
Karsa. I always describe myself as a human being. Firstly, selfish reason. You see, when I meet people, I consider I'm another human being. Then I feel a lot of sisters and brothers like that. If I too much emphasis, I'm His Holiness, Great 14th Dalai Lama. Then, out of 7 billion human beings, only one Dalai Lama. So then I feel lonely person. Then also, you see, before I came to India, you see, after the Tibetan government, you see, or Tibetan government or people recognize me as a reincarnation, and I always remain something unusual way. So I myself, you see, eventually, you see, some kind of too much formality or like that. Then, after I came to India as a refugee, then firstly, no longer any protocol and no formality. Then I developed, oh, I'm just another human being. So that really immense help to feel closeness, like that. So therefore, I myself also consider another human being, and also you see, other people also same human being, mentally, emotionally, physically, we are same. So then, the differences of faith, differences of nationality, or differences of color, or the caste, these are secondary, not important. Important is we are same human being, like that. So that I also see, I myself also practice that. As a result of practice these things, immense benefit. So my mind then becomes something, relax. I'm among the humanity. We are same. And that also, you see, brings a sense of responsibility. I'm one of the 7 billion human beings. We are a social animal. I must take care as much as I can, serving other, ultimately serving humanity. I always say, telling our generation who witnessed events in 20th century, besides some positive things, but 20th century almost become like century of violence, century of bloodshed. Now, any sensible human being should think that kind of century should not repeat 21st century. Now, 21st century must be century of peace. Peace, through inner peace, real peace can achieve. So, in order to create inner peace, practice of compassion, irrespective of whether believer or non-believer, as a human being, we really need think more about these inner values. Like that.